So, world of YouTube, Archie here with Campfire Stories with Arch. Of course, we're getting into the more gruesome tales besides ghost tales. But I figured you'd sit here and enjoy the fire while I speak. And, of course, go figure when I say all the face of the suspects and how they don't come up and why ain't they been looked at, or why, right, the witnesses haven't looked at these faces. Well, actually they came up, and obviously some faces have been come forth. And to my knowledge of, and I'll tell you something, like I say, the people that have a photographic memory are facing. If for some reason I can analyze a face and can get details out of it, and so forth. I also want to mention everybody that's been commenting. I haven't got back to all of them, but I want to say thank you. The mapping I must have got wrong. I think I did get wrong, even though, you know, it said Deer Creek and the bridge that I saw, whatnot, but that's no big deal. I mean, I was more focused on the information I'm trying to give out, that I, my thoughts, my theories, my ideas. But just to give a, you know, it would be a quick analysis of what it would look like out there. I mean, I was just trying to put that into perspective, but I was more giving more info of why this and why that. The question of why is the key word in this case, and why is everything, I mean, just like pretty much eliminated, nothing there. But going over the faces now that I've brought up, and this big fat man here, I don't know, you know, they had, like I said, they had quite a few names on a website, and due to the fact that they have got no killer out of these set of names, what's the sense of even showing them? None of them have been convicted. I do have the one that supposedly committed suicide, and I will say he don't look nothing like this photo either. And they do have one specific little man here, this little Pee-wee looking. Of course, I don't want to insult Pee-wee Herman, but there was a guy named the Pee-wee Killer, a serial killer, and he was very distraught of his little tiny body and women, how they would, you know, disclose him from being a man in the bed. So he took it, I think that's what he was, and I think he got the name Pee-wee because, right, of his small structure. And say so, and this guy is very small. Don't get me wrong, he kind of got the nose, the bridge of the nose that this thing here has, but I'm disclosing that for the simple case that this guy is a Pee-wee, like I said. I think he's also a friggin' rapist. But I wonder why he looks like a Gumby looking bitch, because someone must have knocked his teeth down his throat, which would be a nice thing. This guy here, I don't believe it's him either, because of the simple fact, you see, like around his nose, this nose is thin, this nose in there is bulging, if you get what I'm saying. Like the structure of the nose in the middle, right there, is bulging, which this one just comes in, you know, with no say-so bonage structure around, or cartilage you would call it, around that area of the nose. This guy's sticks out and like goes underneath his eyes. You can see it clearly there. And for that being said, he does not also, if this is a good description of this guy here, I mean, this guy's got literally a chicken neck. This guy has none. This guy, if you also take a look at the lines in his cheek, as you can see here, it goes on a slant. And this side just goes down, but this one has a slant, if you can see where I'm pointing there. Right there where that blue line is in the middle. You'll see a little slight slant. And in here, if this would be the perfect image of someone's mind, once again, it don't have a slant. Now, of course, this is just a sketch. And once again, there's that ruffled hair in the, up here, the hair. Which this guy is bald. But I wouldn't doubt if he grew his hair in, and as the top as it being straight. The guy's probably shaved his head because he's bald and lack of hair. Yeah, excuse me. But I wouldn't put him as a suspect, even though I believe he is too a rapist. Like I said, I didn't read all through that. Now we're back to this picture. Once again, now I don't know if this guy is a big chicken crap. Someone did mention in a comment, thank you again, that he looks like he's got a bulk in his pocket that could be a gun, which I'm taking is right there. If you can see that bulge, like something's weighing down the jacket, which I'm sure he did have. Though I'm still on that piece with his head. And the, now this picture does look like a hat. Like, say, so a hood. But it would be brown. And I don't see no brown underneath this windbreaker. It looks like it's white shirt. As you can clearly see, and at that I wouldn't even say. I'm still going with that's his actual hair. So these girls actually got two photos, because in this photo, mind you, look at the bend of the knee. Now, whether or not he has a knee problem or or he's a chicken shit and don't want to step over the cracks in the bridge and fall through, but you can clearly see his knees bended sideways, like he twisted his knee to walk. Now, of course, I'd love to know what the hell kind of shoes he got on. Because if them were clear, man, and if them person still had them shoes, you could find the killer with the shoes too, mind you. Oh, yeah. But this picture here is the clearest. And like I say, I mean, everybody's got their opinion, but I'm still going with that's his actual hair. So, I mean, if someone's seen the hat, though, I would go with this picture. This picture looks like, yeah, he does have a hooded hat or something on. But moving on, I believe these two are suspects too. I think they are. And these were reports of Monon trail flashers. Meaning, oh, they go out there with a big old coat and, hey, ladies. But I'm not even going to go there because their face structure, I can see right away, has no resemblance in either sketch photo. So I see this guy having a full beard. And also, remember this, the big upper body of this guy. He is a big boy. I want to say this guy stands about 5'11". That's right, 5'11". Big man. He is. And also you can tell because he's got droopy jeans. But that bend in the knee, if he actually walks like that, you know, that's a big key in the case too. Watching someone walk. So now we're back to this dipstick. And This guy has no upper body. Nothing matches the description in any of the faces to me. This guy's next, and he don't have no description either. In my eyes, to look like anything from the sketches. And this guy was a rapist or something, but as you can clearly see, his small structure, the pee-wee killer, I'll call him, a little dork. Of course, I don't take kindly to no sex offenders. It's all about jailhouse rules with these people. And the jailhouse rules, I do live by. And that's if you're in a jail cell with one of these perverts, you have to bang them out, or you get banged out with them. Anything happens, you have to take that person out if you're in the same room. I was fortunate enough not to get near one, but if I did, oh yeah, I would have had a field day with that boy. I would have had a field day with this guy if I could get into prison with him too. Especially we're looking at ears, which the ears on this guy are very close to the head. This guy got bozo Dumbo ears. I don't mind picking on someone that's a killer like this or a rapist. Someone did send me this map. I mean, like I said, I was off maybe a bit on something, but crime scene crossed here. It's just I did notice something in the beginning of my video when I started searching, that it was way off, but I couldn't find a bridge in this area, so that's why it led me to the other place, so thanks for that. But I mean, more or less, I'm going on this, on the info I'm giving anyways, and details. I mean, yeah, Dumbo over here with his big, huge ears, I mean, yeah, and I mean, you look at the friggin', you can't see this guy's ears, and they look like they ain't sticking out too much. He did do a good thing of keeping his face down, little frickin' perv. And someone has commented to me to tell me that the brutality of the two girls was never mentioned. Once again, why was it not mentioned? There's a lot of murder cases out there that get into... Hello? I'll send Aaron in there to give it to you. It's on the counter. It's all ready. He's just got to bring it in to you. And I'll call him. Hey, numbnuts.
Yeah.
Go drop off one of them water cups to your mother. Pronto. Bring a water cup.
I can't hear you.
Bring a water cup to your mother now.
Arch, I can't hear you.
I said bring a water cup to your mother now. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Fucking ass. What up? An idiot. Goddamn Christ. So, as I was saying, there's a lot of murder cases out there that are, talk about brutality of murder. Whether someone's brains were bashed in by someone was, you know, shot to death. But these girls weren't said of nothing. They were just found in a wooded area. Once again, here we are with a case with a lot of loose ends, a lot of things to think about, things to say, what the hell? Why ain't this? And I got another comment from someone, just like I said, with murders that have happened throughout the Fitchburg, Leominster area, bodies being found, but no details of why they were killed. That's right. Taxpayers pay money for this kind of stuff, for the police to investigate. Why don't things get investigated? Why don't things get looked at? Is the question. Is the question. And I mean, it's just sick to even know that things like this happen. They only want you to know what they want you to know. If there is more evidence, and like even off the phone being found. I mean, here we have a killer. Didn't even check the pockets of their victim to see if they had anything, money maybe. What was the purpose of this murder was beyond me, unless I can say the guy knew somebody, family member or whatnot, and wanted to get revenge. That's the only thing I can think of. But other than that, this guy had a boring life probably. This guy right here, I would take him out too, because not being a suspect, because for one, he don't look like the new sketch, and two, the old sketch. This guy's face is long. I mean, it seems long. If you take that hat off, it seems long. I can't see nothing to match up with this guy at all. And another thing, like the other guy's nose, he's got one of these big fat Santa Claus nose. And the other guy's nose is narrow. And this is the guy who supposedly killed himself after this happened. I don't know. If he is he is bulky in the shoulders. If this was him, and he didn't want to take, the fall, or wanted to take it at all because of what happens, the child molesters, killers in jail, then hey, so be it. I'm glad he took his life. Because if he didn't do it, someone else would have. But the question is, if this was a brutal murder, right? Someone mentioned in a comment, where's the DNA? Where is there anything that could have been looked at a possible, blood stain, blood spatter, if this guy had clothing, if it, even though he could have burned it, threw it away, but there had to have been something there that could have put this man at the scene of the crime. I mean, the only thing you can look at is, he committed suicide, and that's probably the only thing why they would look at him as a suspect, but why not take that DNA before they burn his and bury his body and hold on to that until the evidence is cleared with more stuff searched or hitting stuff, whatever the hell the police department is doing out there? This is the question. If you think someone's a killer, why ain't the proper procedures? And yes, we're in the future, my friends. We're in the future where DNA can be used now and solve that goddamn case. That's right. But who knows if they even kept any DNA samples of this guy or any of them. But the other guys, I don't think have any. I don't think they're nothing, because I could tell by the structure of their face, the structure of their friggin' body. That wasn't him. This guy, maybe. I mean, if you look at him, he's got that chin, but the nose is the big part. And the other guy, to me, had a full head of hair. This guy, whoops, looks like he's bald. And that's a big, big, big thing issue. All right in here, you can see where he's bald. And when you have bald hair and you see over here hair, but up here completely bald. And when you're bald, I know for a fact, because I look at my bald spot every day, sitting there wondering how I got there. You know? But, yeah, that's a big thing in this case, is the baldness. Now, if you were to do this, put some hair there like was on the photo, flatten it down, you know. Say, put some hair up there, yeah, you know. I mean, you need a lot of hair there and to put it at the right color, right? But I don't think this guy is the killer either. I think just because maybe he got set up as a suspect, he knew he was going to get beat their shit from jail. And he didn't want to do that. Because like I say, when you're labeled as a rapist, child molester, pedophile, whatever the case is, killer, they take care of you in jail. That's right, they take care of you. There are some people out there that just like to take care of matters in their own hand. It's called public justice, people. And in jail, that's right. We do it the best way possible. A lot of people, it sucks to say, some people want to see them rot in jail in hell, but why let them live off the tax money too? Why let them live for free? 3 square meals a day, free living, free gym time, free sex. Doesn't matter, you're a lifer. If you're that bad and desperate, you will go for another man. But if you know if you're a pure woman man like moi, you know you want to keep your ass out of that jail system, because, you know, I didn't get attacked or nothing. But when you know there's just men around you and you can't be with your wife or whatnot, yeah, that takes a toll. You will end up killing yourself or something. But all in all, I rule these guys out. This guy is a particular specific man. None of these, and you know damn well that none of these guys that they have up here are the killers, because they would already have convicted one with DNA testing and all this shit, unless they're hiding something and they know this man and who he is right and don't want to get him in trouble. Whatever the case may be. But to all you people out there in this town, Indiana, all you got to do out here in this end, in that end, is look for that bent knee right there. Look for that specific walk. I would keep my eyes wide open. I don't know if this windbreaker would still be available. Although down here looks like he's got them jeans that are like stitched brown at top. You know, jeans at the bottom. Unless that's I can't even say if that's a shirt, because you can clearly see the man's hand right here. But whatever these kind of genes are, it looks like there's something there. He does have his hands in his pocket. But what's this brown stuff? I mean, I do see a windbreaker here. And like I say, that hairdo right there is really a specific hair piece, boy. Not a wig, but how he's got it set up. Don't get me wrong. Someone said it was a hat. I believe, yeah, you would get it confused. Looking like a hat right here. But this, to me, looks like hair. But everybody has their own opinion. Everybody can, don't disclose nothing. Always keep something there. And always think of something to come up with. Because the more you do, the more you think, the more stuff you put in, the more you get closer. You gotta have all kinds of stuff to come in with this. Not just a few. Not just, they were found on the side of the river. This guy got away. All right. Yeah, enough of that. But also this audio with, down the hill. Down the hill, yeah, voice and that walk of that knee is what people need to look out there in Indiana. Indiana, in this town, if this man still lives there. That specific walk. And if someone happens to be walking this trail, make sure you bring yourself a weapon. Knife, pocket knife, and see if this son of a bitch still roams. That's what I'd be doing right now, but Indiana, to me, is 14,000 miles away. And I can't just drive out there to do a little investigating on the trail. But if I could, God damn it, I'd be on that trail watching each individual man just to see them walk and just to see if that hairdo still exists. Whatever the case may be, I'd be out there. That's what I'd do. But you can clearly see this guy's hair don't match up nothing. No curls. Not even that new picture that came up. Because that one shows also, that hairline on the new picture. Wavy hair. This is all straight. He's got a little vampire V. Looks like a friggin' dork. He's a Dumbo ears too, huh? Look at that. Dumbo! Fly, Dumbo. This guy's ears is up against his head, but like I say, that also what makes me think the eyes in the picture don't go down, slant downwards. They go across like that. So, my analyst on that, and like I said, these pictures just came up today, mind you. Go figure. But, all in all, as you can see, I don't know, man.